It's Tuesday, it's the 19th day of May, and one of many rainy days in your forecast. Thank you for spending a little time with us this evening. Another show a bit abbreviated in lieu of spending most all of the morning and afternoon at the McGoffin County High School, where another very smooth day. I have to commend everyone who is helping with seeing our graduates come in one at a time with their immediate families and walk across the stage. It's a brief 10 minutes or less for each of these graduates, but they get to hear their name called over the loudspeaker. They get to walk across the stage. They get to receive their diploma, and they get to spend time with their immediate family, take pictures in front of a couple of backdrops, and have pictures taken of them by local photographer Jim Arnott. And it is absolutely the best case scenario as far as I can see, and it has gone very, very smoothly yet again today. And of course, that is where I spent much of my day. Tomorrow will be the final day of that schedule. On Friday afternoon, we have to go back and shoot a few things to make that production complete as far as the shooting process. And remember, that will air in its entirety on the 29th, and I'll be reminding you about when, or more so where, in regards to that. And of course, the senior parade is the following day on Saturday the 30th. But again, I think today about another 45 McGoffin County High School seniors showing up 10 minutes at a time, individually being the focus of the attention of limited number of school personnel, including, of course, myself as well. So we'll have that for you in its entirety, and much more on that in a later broadcast, and the graduation in its entirety in the coming days, in a couple of weeks almost. I also will have School Superintendent Scott Hilton here tomorrow night. We made arrangements to meet at the McGoffin County High School while I'm there tomorrow. We're going to talk about the 3 different plans that are being floated by the state to school systems in regards to potential opening dates. He also has some other important news that we'll focus on tomorrow as well, so look for that then. We also have some other headlines as well in the mix. But for tonight, we have to begin with a quick update that I didn't actually have last evening, with my apologies. I, according to the notes in my memory, the notes I trust more, failed last night with trying to get in and get a show together on a short-term basis or time basis. Failed to announce the number of cases in McGoffin County and Sagersville, as we have been reporting daily from our local mayor and public health director, Pete Shepard. There were no new positive cases in McGoffin County to report as of yesterday. I'll have tonight's numbers in just a second, but I can tell you with the revelation just days ago that McGoffin County experienced its first confirmed case, now with Wolfe County confirming their first confirmed case yesterday, the Commonwealth is down to a mere 4, all eastern Kentucky counties, still without a confirmed case of COVID-19. While the state's map still indicated Wolfe County as being without a confirmed case, the governor reading Wolfe County in his daily announcement today, with Wolfe County last evening announcing their first case of the coronavirus in a 65-year-old man. That leaves merely Robertson, Elliott, Estill, and Lee counties in the entire state of Kentucky without a confirmed case of the coronavirus. While McGoffin County now has its first documented case in a 60-year-old man who was hospitalized. Public Health Director Pete Shepard tells me today that as of today, this afternoon, 443 McGoffin Countyans have now been tested for the coronavirus, and of those we have 29 tests, which results are still pending for, but a total of 421 cases that are negative, with still only that one confirmed case. No new confirmed cases in Sagersville since that initial case was reported days ago, and a total of 443 McGoffin Countyans tested as of this hour. As for the state of Kentucky, the governor's update in just a few moments. Bashir announcing yesterday 138 new cases of the coronavirus, 7,935 to date, which means most assuredly we will cross another threshold tonight, that being the 8,000 case mark. He also, as I told you last night, announced that 2 more Kentucky children have been diagnosed with the inflammation syndrome that comes after the COVID-19 virus, in which they're after experiencing the virus, their immune system just starts working against itself overactively. And yesterday, a 5-year-old, which was able to return home, but an 11-year-old still hospitalized, and there's also a 10-year-old who's still in the ICU in Kentucky. Those 3 of the 4, I believe a 16-year-old recovering at home but the 4 young people in the state of Kentucky who have come down with that still largely unknown syndrome that doctors are reporting across much of the nation, and continuing to see those numbers increase. Kentucky is still in a plateau in regards to the number of cases that we're seeing of COVID-19. New case numbers each day are staying relatively steady as testing numbers continue to increase. That syndrome that we keep referring to is also happening, however, and we are still in that plateau at the same time that Kentucky is seeing an increase in the number of people being hospitalized. Almost 450 Kentuckians are currently in the hospital, and that number stands to be the highest to date, going back to at least the middle of last month. So with that, there comes some concern. We have, of course, 12 deaths to announce by the governor yesterday, including 9 on yesterday and 3 from Sunday. Many of those still coming from nursing homes, long-term health care facilities, where more than 1,000 of the residents and over 400 staff have tested positive for COVID-19. The state planning to test all Kentucky nursing home residents in the coming days and weeks. And of course, the governor also announcing last night guidelines, as we are about to see another phase in which barbers, hairdressers will be going back to work. A lot of hair will be hitting the floor, most certainly, beginning on the 25th. That is, of course, as I just have to double check, next Monday, Memorial Day. And that will, of course, come with a lot of restrictions and guidelines. Waiting areas will no longer exist, appointment only. We'll also see our barbers and cosmetologists, those wearing masks and gloves, and having to, of course, change those after each customer, and tanning salons following similar guidelines in regards to appointments and waiting rooms. And we'll have the governor's daily update for this evening in just a few moments. I do want to make mention that I do not have any accompanying photographs or video, but 2 people were seriously injured in 2 separate ATV accidents over the course of the weekend here in Magoffin County around 4 o'clock on the 16th, which was Saturday. First responders were called to Route 378, about 3 miles from the junction of Route 30 in the Middle Fork area. The Magoffin County Rescue Squad responded, as well as EMS, to a possible medical problem that may have actually caused the wreck, resulting in the ATV rolling over on the male driver. Bystanders had removed the vehicle from him upon arrival of EMS. He received serious trauma to his chest. He was airlifted from a nearby landing zone by Kentucky 118. However, a landing zone was set up. However, the accident victim refused to fly. The flight crew joined the ambulance crew, and he was transported to the Palby Hall Medical Center. And then about an hour later, first responders again go back to the Middle Fork area, a couple of miles of Craft Creek, where another man ran an ATV over about a 40-foot embankment. He also was assessed to have possible traumatic injuries and was airlifted from a nearby landing zone. Both men were, or since have been, released from the hospitals and are recovering at home. I'll be right back with more headlines in just a moment.
With the power to bring us together even when we're far apart, we keep families connected. We are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Times have changed, now and suddenly more than ever. Our lobbies might be closed, but the Sagersville National Bank wants to remind our customers that we're still here, we're still working to provide our community with as many services as possible. During this time especially, we encourage all of our customers to take advantage of all the options we offer to manage your accounts from the convenience of your home. 24-hour internet banking and bill pay, 24-hour telephone banking, remote deposit, automatic loan payments, and wire transfers are also still available to our customers. And we're still here during our normal hours. Mondays through Fridays, the main drive-thru is open from 8 until 3, and the branch drive-thru is open from 8 until 5. And the branch drive-thru is also open on weekends, Saturdays 8 until noon, with ATMs available 24/7 at both locations.
Hello, Bob Hutchison here for the Hutch Auto Group. It has always been a privilege to serve you and to make sure you get the vehicle you want at the price you want. It's an even bigger privilege now that we are open, and we can't wait to see you. You'll find all the national incentives on our 8 franchises, like 0% interest for 84 months, deferred payments for up to 6 months, and you can even buy your new vehicle with no money down.
Come to Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville and get your prescriptions filled, your over-the-counter medications, and immune system boosters, all from the safety and comfort of your own vehicle, either in their drive-thru or with their new curbside service. You can also call ahead or just download the MyGNP app, that's Good Neighbor Pharmacy, and refill and manage your prescriptions right from your device, helping you and yours stay healthy and safe. Parkway Pharmacy in Sagersville, 349-4400. There is never a good time for a breakdown. They will happen, and your car at some point is going to need some repairs and maintenance. And Black Smoke Performance is open and here with professional, fast, safe service. And just in time for warm weather, they now have certified full air conditioning, diagnostics, and repair to keep you cool in whatever you drive. Black Smoke Performance, 349-8785. $312 will be the order of the Triple Crown as it stands to date if it runs, and right now it is scheduled to be this after the New York Racing Association said today that the Belmont will run without spectators on the 20th day of June in the Belmont Park. And it's also going to be run a little bit shorter, a 1 1/8 mile track instead of 1.5. I'm not sure why. The purse still being $1 million. And then the Kentucky Derby, which is usually, of course, the very first race of the Triple Crown, will run next, slated right now for September the 5th. And then the Preakness October the 3rd in Baltimore. Keep that in mind. Also, as we're starting to see some businesses start to open up gradually, the Daniel Boone National Forest says Red River Gorge is going to start to open back up to tourists and others May the 22nd in just a couple of days. Picnic areas, shooting ranges, White Sulphur Off-Road Park will open a little later on June the 3rd, and then larger campgrounds and the like will reopen later on the following week towards the middle of June. But some things starting to come back online, but still everyone's stressing to use common sense and social distance, so those will remain to continue to open. I have, before we get to your governor, your weather, and a few other things, a brief community calendar, but a very important announcement. The last month, that we ran this announcement, I think it was last month, we set a record, McGoffin County, thanks to you. So I'm hopeful that we can maybe even do that again in a few days. Forgive me, I can't recall the total number of pints of blood donated during the last blood drive, but I do know that we pushed it real hard here on the show in lieu of the desperate need, as there always is one, but even more so for different reasons during the pandemic. But nevertheless, we pushed it really hard here on the show and in the newspaper, on the Sagersville Independent, of course. And then following the blood drive, our friends at the Kentucky Blood Center sent us a thank you and wanted to thank everyone who donated, because it was the largest donation, single-day donation they'd ever had in McGoffin County, and I believe they said at any time in eastern Kentucky. So on that note, you can go back, and you can take a friend with you or someone new. You can go for the first time. The next McGoffin County Community Blood Drive has been set for Friday the 29th at the Sagersville First Baptist Church. In lieu of social distancing and the pandemic, it is by appointment only. But it's only a matter of a phone call, toll-free to 800-775-2522, or logging on to kybloodcenter.org to make that appointment. They'll be there from 1 till 5, Friday the 29th. Donating is always safe, and now they're making sure that they take extra precautions to keep everyone separate and safe and things sanitary and all the proper things that go along with social distancing. So mark it on your calendar. I'll remind you on ours. The next blood drive in McGoffin County, Friday the 29th. And a reminder, the calendar brought to you nightly by McGoffin Farm Bureau, and it's here every night for your birthdays and anniversaries and important announcements for organizations just like that one. I'll be right back. A message from the Fraser's Prater Drug Store and Seasonal Shop families. Prater Drug wants you to know that you can now call, use Facebook, or use our Refill RX app to get your prescriptions refilled. And the drugstore also has designated curbside pickup parking in front of and behind the store. Simply call 349-3135. And at the Seasonal Shop, they're still posting new arrivals and taking orders with free shipping on most everything anywhere in the entire United States. And they're offering scheduled curbside pickup. Just message them on Facebook, Instagram, or email at seasonalshop@yahoo.com. Fraser's Prater Drug Store and the Seasonal Shop says let's all do what we can to help and protect our neighbors and loved ones. Meet Silas. Silas is absolutely an adorable hunk of love and has all the hugs and kisses to prove it. He is super smart, potty trained, about 3 years old and about 60 pounds, and he is ready for adoption. He's our pet of the week. Our Pet of the Week, sponsored by Dr. Tom Abel of Able Eyes in Lexington, who wants to remind us all to stay safe, stay home, and his office will be back open before you know it. All Pro understands that we are all just trying to make it through these most difficult of times, and they want you to know that they're here to help with any repairs or projects that you need done. Big or small, doesn't matter. They've got 0% financing for 18 months and long-term financing if you need it. If you need anything from a new gutter to a new house or a new garage, call All Pro Gutter Works and Construction, 349-9999. Hey everybody, your Sagersville Lees just wanted to let you know that it's still here. It's gone so well that they're going to keep right on for as long as possible with the $5 off coupon for the 16 or 20-piece family pack meal deals at your Sagersville Lees. That's 16 or 20 pieces of chicken any way you like it with all the sides for all the family, $5 off. With the $5 coupon that's in this week's edition of the Sagersville Independent, and Lee's is giving away a Sagersville Independent with every purchase, so there you go. The paper's free, the coupon's free, and you get $5 off only at your Sagersville Lee's famous recipe. Getting the best deal on the best tires with the best service has never been easier. Just log on to ConleyTire.net, check out the latest rebates, sales, and promotions, pick out the tires you want, and email, call, or come by. For huge savings from the family who's been proudly serving the area for over 32 years. Conley Tire in Staffordsville, 297-2424. Car accidents don't stop. Accidents at work don't stop. Disability and SSI cases don't stop. Your legal needs and concerns don't stop for the coronavirus, and neither does McFarland and Tinker. They are open, able to schedule appointments per CDC guidelines, and always available for telephone and video conferences. Please, be safe, be smart, stay home, and don't let your legal needs fall victim to the pandemic. Call McFarland and Tinker and let them take care of them for you. U.S. Treasury Secretary Mnuchin today said that anyone who does not come back to work after their employers ask them to, after being laid off due to the coronavirus, will no longer be eligible to receive their unemployment benefits. Any of the companies that received assistance under the Payroll Protection Program, or those workers who were laid off and getting that extra $600 a week, and when their jobs open back up and they refuse to go back to work, well, their employers are supposed to report that to the federal government, and they are no longer to be eligible for those benefits. The CARES Act added billions of dollars to extend the unemployment insurance to more workers, and then, of course, go from 26 weeks of eligibility up to 39, and added another $600 on top of the weekly unemployment stipend, which is on an average of about $453 across the nation. So workers getting essentially over $1,000 per week, and doing so for up to 39 weeks. However, Mnuchin is saying that is also, and others as well, Mnuchin not necessarily so much, but other reports saying that indeed has caused a bit of an issue with individuals wanting to go back to work, making more money, essentially staying at home. But he has clarified and says now that anyone who has their job come back or be accessible again to them once more and does not return to work will not be eligible to receive those benefits. Here's Governor Beshear's Daily Update. The governor prefaced today's announcements and numbers by saying they were both indeed good and bad. The number of cases down, 164 new cases, bringing Kentucky's total to a little more than 8,069, with 90 probable, saying that 153,800 Kentuckians had been tested. But the governor also announcing in what has been the deadliest day in regards to deaths reported that a number of Kentuckians have died, ranging from a 60-year-old female in Logan County to a 93-year-old female in Boone County.
But then there's the really tough news, and that's that today we have lost, I believe, more people to the coronavirus than on any other day before. We're announcing that we've lost 20 Kentuckians today. Some of this is based on the reporting times of other counties or of areas, but we haven't announced these 20 individuals. So while I believe that we can reopen safely if we do it gradually, let's remember this thing's still deadly and it's still taking people we love and care about. And 20 is a hard number. That's a tough number. It's better than numbers that many of our neighbors may read off on a daily basis, but these are my people, these are your families, and we never want to see losing 20 Kentuckians in a given day.
Later, in talking about the upcoming Memorial Day holiday weekend and gatherings of 10 people or less being allowed, he reminded everyone to practice, of course, social distancing, wear masks, common sense items. He also cited a CDC report that referred to a church gathering, I believe it was in the state of Maryland, not necessarily just featuring or focusing on churches, but just gatherings of a significant size, saying that 2 individuals had gone to a church service during a recent service, and as a result, those 2 who had the coronavirus, 35 of the 92 there actually got symptoms of the coronavirus, and 3 people died. And then 2 of those people who were there that got infected spread the virus to 26 others, and another person died. Stressing that everyone needs to hold any kind of gathering outside and practice as much social distancing as possible for the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. He also said June the 8th will be the day of the opening for museums, some outdoor attractions, aquariums, libraries, and distilleries. More to come on that. Also, funeral services will be a little more open starting tomorrow. And, of course, a reminder about retail. Restaurants also opening on a limited basis, 33% capacity this Friday, and that the travel ban is being lifted as effective as of today. And lastly, the governor said that on June the 15th, the state will allow daycares and summer camps to open, but to some strict regulations, with more information to come. That's June the 15th. Now, before I leave you this evening, here's a quick look at your Licking Valley RACC forecast. A flash flood watch in effect essentially through this Thursday morning. Johnson, Martin, Breathitt, Floyd, Knott, McGoffin, Morgan, Perry, and Wolfe counties affected. We could see another 1.5 to 2.5 inches of rain before it's all over on a pretty well saturated ground. Yay! That's rain falling through Wednesday night. We'll take a look at potential totals as we now take a look at your outlook, which pretty much sums it up with 51 degrees for the low tonight. Patchy fog and showers tonight that could add up to maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch of more rainfall tonight. Patchy fog and a low of 51. Tomorrow, you've got more showers. Patchy fog at the start. Another 1/4 of an inch of rain maybe during the day. Maybe another 1/2 an inch of rain tomorrow night. That's 1.5 inches right there and counting. And then Thursday, showers likely with another maybe 1/4 of an inch or so. That puts us, anywhere close to 1 3/4 of an inch, maybe 2 inches of total rainfall before it's all said and done. I know. We do not need it. Daytime highs tomorrow, again, closer to the 60-degree mark than anything else. 52 tomorrow night, that patchy fog. Showers tomorrow. Showers into your Thursday as temperatures slowly climb. Well, not so slowly. We'll jump up 8 degrees from tomorrow to your Thursday. 68 degrees, so a warm, albeit wet, and more breezy day on your Thursday with winds coming out of the east. Anywhere from 3 to up to 18 miles per hour at times. And like I said, between now and Thursday evening, which is going to be the brunt of the rainfall, 1.5 inches is going to be a good total average, I think, for a lot of us when it's all said and done. A little lighter for some, a little more for others. Friday is the first day we expect to see any sunshine above. With that, we'll also see temperatures improve another 5 degrees to about 73. Nighttime lows following suit to the tune of 57. Partly sunny skies again for your Friday, with a chance of some showers, maybe even thunderstorms as well. And for your Memorial Day weekend, while Friday will be an improvement compared to the rest of the week, by the time the weekend rolls around, I'm hoping for an improvement still. So, kind of like last weekend, which actually turned out much nicer than the forecast, I'm hoping for that again this weekend. We'll see. But we've got mostly sunny, close to 80 on your Saturday, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. And then Sunday, low 80s, partly sunny, and again, a 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. And for Memorial Day, Monday, we'll bump it up to about 84 degrees. Mostly sunny skies, still a threat looming to the tune of 30% for some showers and maybe storms, and low 80s again on your Tuesday when most everyone who's off on Monday comes back to work. That's going to wrap it up for tonight. I will be out of the office for the majority of the day again tomorrow, filming our graduates as they cross the stage at the McGough County High School. But please join me. I'll be back here. We'll have some news, the most important of which that you'll want to be here for when I see you next time. Good night, and thank you for watching.